God, that's an interesting term you use. Uncertainty maximization could arguably be used to describe much of what is happening in Washington these days. Do you think that that is an effective strategy towards North Korea to sort of maintain a situation of you never know what's going to happen?
Well, the real problem with the uncertainty maximization strategy is that it's desirable for the North Koreans to revisit their assumptions about what the United States is going to do in response to North Korean moves, but we also have to be concerned with the messages that allies are receiving. And some of those tendencies toward uncertainty maximization can also send signals that are not reassuring to allies. So the problem with the mechanism of the tweet is that everybody sees and hears it, and it would be better if President Trump had a direct message function on his tweets so that he could deliver messages directly to Kim Jong-un.
Scott, you raise an interesting prospect of these talks now limited to the Koreas expanding outward for the United States to participate and, of course, perhaps talk about the nuclear issue. What has to happen, or what has to be done to happen in order for it to develop to that point?
I think that one of the things that we have not seen is any indication from the North Koreans that they are interested in or willing to sit down with the United States and actually talk about denuclearization. They have insisted that they are going to stay on their current course and be a nuclear power, and they also, frankly, have been running away from opportunities for dialogue with the United States in recent months while they continue to test. And so I think the critical question is whether the North Koreans truly believe that they have reached a threshold in the development of their program where they can now pause and possibly re-engage diplomatically in a constructive fashion with the United States.
Scott, what we've seen over the last 24 hours, starting with those talks between North and South Korea and today with that White House statement, there does seem to be a window of opportunity opening. How do you think that the U.S. should take advantage of this moment?
Well, for the time being, really, the heavy lifting is going to be in the hands of the South Koreans, because those are the only counterparts that the North Koreans are actually talking to. And of course, you know, the other challenge is that right now the scope of those talks is really focused on North Korea's participation in the Olympics. North Korea has brushed aside most of the overtures, or at least has not yet responded to most of the overtures that South Korea has made to expand the scope of the dialogue, either in the direction of improving the inter-Korean relationship or potentially dealing with the nuclear issue in talks with the United States and others.